I'm here with Professor Gui Mendes, 2023 PANS. Gui, we just watched Cole win gold in the brown belt lightweight division. Looked incredible. 4 submissions out of his 5 fights. Talk about Cole's performance.
Man, I was just telling you, whenever you have a tough match, the victory just feels much better, you know. And we knew it was a tough bracket. He is just starting in the brown belt. He competed Europeans as a purple belt. He was able to win dominant performance, something that we were expecting already. He won Worlds last year as a purple belt. And then I think that the change was like there are people that are already winning in this division. So he competed against people that are already winning in the brown belt. So how does he fit in that division, and like would be the same thing or not? And yeah, it was amazing. Like I'm always confident in his approach whenever he's training or he's competing. He's a person that has a very strong mindset, and he grows a lot under pressure, which is not very easy to find. And yeah, it's what you guys saw today. Like he's that person in training, and I have been pushing him harder and harder in training. I have been giving him like hard tasks in training, and he's challenging himself and getting to a whole new level. Hard bracket, man, hard bracket. Especially the 2 last matches. He competed against a kid from Alliance and the kid from Dream Art. Both are fantastic brown belts that win a lot of competitions. And we knew, we were studying the bracket. We knew these 2 would be the semis and finals. We knew what to do too. And in the semifinals against Thiago that won Europeans, he was able to get a submission, which was like a beautiful match. Like he did a very strong passing attempt and went to the back, finished from the back. In the finals, he had an amazing performance too. He was attacking the whole match. There was a part of the match where he passed the guard, but the kid got hurt, and then like they had to reset. But Cole was pushing the pace the whole time, which I think that is the goal for everybody. Like it doesn't matter what you do. That's what I tell them all the time. It's like it can be 0-0, but if you're the one dictating the pace of the match, you're gonna end up winning, you know. And it's not always easy to do that, but he did that with perfection today, and the result was amazing.
It was a very tough division. I know Cole and you guys had a great strategy for it. Can you talk about the process of preparing the strategy for a division with such accomplished competitors?
Yeah, it's very similar to what I do with some of the top black belts. I think it takes a certain level of experience for you to be able to have this kind of discussion like with a coach. It's not everybody. Like when we were launching the instructional, a lot of people were asking, you do that with everybody or no? No, like I teach lessons about how to study matches and what you need to analyze to every student so they start training. But I work very closely with the people that I feel have this level of understanding. And the goal for everyone in the class is to get to that level. But the ones that have that level, I feel, is the ones that I have been working very closely, like analyzing the brackets, and Cole is one of them. The process is, man, like you got to select the people that you believe have the level to be in the semifinals and finals, and try to analyze like what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, like what patterns they have in their game. And I think like we do that very well at our Jiu-Jitsu, and Cole is just being, I think like he's experiencing that now as a brown belt, and we're gonna keep this work all the way to black belt, multiple time world champion.
We've got Tainan coming up this weekend. We recently did a little study on his accomplishments at black belt. He's undefeated as a black belt, has a super high submission rate, and it seems like every time he competes, he shows something new, gets a little bit sharper, a little bit better. What are your expectations for Tainan this weekend at middleweight?
Expectations are always the best, like especially for someone like Tainan. Of course, like every bracket brings some sort of challenge, and we know that we always take it very seriously. We are professionals, you know. Like I never, it doesn't matter the size of the bracket or who is in the bracket, what the person won or not. Like I think like you have to make it professional, you know, and like you have to study and pay attention to everything. And of course, like I expect Tainan to have a dominant performance and win. And man, like he's just in a level where his mind connected with his technique 100%. He's not only very good with his jiu-jitsu and his technique, but he's in a state of mind where he's very happy with everything that's happening in his life. And I think when you have this strong combination, you have something very powerful and hard to beat, you know. So anything can happen in any match, but Tainan is a tough one to beat in the middleweight, like as you can see by the numbers.
You got a couple other black belts who are expected to do really well. They won gold last year at Pans. Jessica Khan at roosterweight, Jonta Alves at lightweight. What are your thoughts on their divisions, and what do you think they're going to do this weekend?
I think they both have the chance to repeat what they did last year. We have Jonathan. I want Jonathan to be even more dominant this year. I think like the goal for every person is a little bit different based on like their mindset, their training, their approach. I feel like with Jonathan, I want him to be playing more on top and showing more of his passing. I think like he already proved that he has a guard that's like really hard to pass. But like I want him to show more of his passing skills, especially in this division. And Jessica, the same thing. I think like she's growing a lot after every competition, and I want her to just be able to perform the way she trains, like with the same mindset. And she was able to do that last year. I want her to do again this year. I have 3 top athletes in the rooster weight that I'm very, very excited to watch. I have Tyson, who won Worlds, world champion. I have Jordan, and I have Hiryu. So Hiryu won brown belt, no gear Worlds. I promoted him to black belt at the podium. And Jordan recently joined AOJ. So they're all like training partners in the academy, but they will be competing against each other in the competition in case like they cross their paths in the competition. And I'm just excited because like they're all very, very technical, very good, and I think like they can be the name of this division. You know, like I don't know who it's gonna win. If like of course like Talson is the world champion, but like I want to see the matchups that this division can bring. I think can give a lot of attention to the roosterweight division, and can be something totally different. So I think AOJ can help now to make the roosterweight something very special.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Gui. Congrats on all your success. We can't wait to watch your black belts this weekend.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.